This is the Pro 800, and the Pro 800 is the creme de la creme for home use. And it has a sound enclosure. The sound enclosure can be removed for cleaning. We'll whisper quiet on us. Is that a difference? That's why we call it the stealth. It is quiet. Not only powerful, but it does the job very quickly and very easily with very little noise. Gives you a countdown. It tells you exactly what it's doing on the inside. And what's different about this is that most blenders have a crisscross blade to them. And the reason they have a crisscross blade is because sometimes they'll make the ends very sharp. The reason that they have sharp blades in all blenders is because they cannot blend and liquefy. The Blendtec has a dull blade, and the reason it has a dull blade is because it does have the power to smash and liquefy everything that you've got in there. What's different about that? You're not going to taste lumps, seeds, and inconsistencies. So it is a much better way to blend. This single wingtip blade allows everything to draw the food down into the blade and create what's called a vortex. And that vortex draws it down into the blade itself so that it's not going to be shooting away from the blade or away from the processing center of that machine. So, very, very unique. This is also a Triton copolyester. This Triton copolyester is BPA free, and this BPA free will make it a much healthier drink than any other material that they're using on the market today. And that wash button is right over here. You touch that wash button, and it's automatically going to wash the blade, the jar, and the lid. And you'll see it speed up and slow down. Because it knows exactly what it needs to do for our research and development, so that it's washing everything very nicely and very easily.
Do you know this machine?
Now all you need to do is just simply rinse it with some clear water.
Blenders have
You'll have
a
a
sharp
clean
blade,
machine without
and they chase the
any
food away
colors,
like a
odors, or
fan.
flavors.
This is the opposite.
Because it does
So
have
watch.
a Triton copolyester.
Feel the blade. Feel
Just
it.
like that, it's nice and clean.
Feel the blade.
And that's less than
It's
30
not sharp.
seconds long.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to make this smooth, and then I'm going to add a little bit of green. So this is what I like to call the Dr. Oz drink. Dr. Oz has been a great advocate of having green drinks. And the reason he has is simply because his vitamin C, vitamin K, and anything green that you put in there. Now I'll tell you something interesting about chlorophyll. Chlorophyll will actually suppress the appetite for sweet and salty foods, so it's healthy, because then with the suppression of that sweet and salty foods, you're going to take in less sodium, you're going to take in less sugar. You're not going to put the weight on. Okay, so it is a very healthy way to get your drinks in every day. Make sure your lid is on nice and tightly. And then you put the lid back on the machine, close the lid here, and you can hit whatever button you want, but I want this machine to do what it does best for this drink. I don't want it to be hot, so I'm not going to hit the soup button, but I'm going to hit the whole juice button. Would you go ahead and hit that for me, son? Beautiful, right there. Now, I'm going to share with you the difference between when we have this enclosure on and when we have it off. When this kicks up into higher speed, you're going to hear the difference. Okay. So if you have neighbors that like to sleep in, you don't have to worry about offending them. They're going to sleep in. This is going to be nice and quiet.
All the skin. You notice it's liquid.
It really cuts down a lot of that sound. But Jamba Juice has these machines in their
Yeah.
in their stores. And all 600 of their stores.
We'll send you information.
I have one. It's a great machine.
Yeah.
My
I'm
brother
listening to you and I'm going to see if I figure out if I can change my pitch and sound better.
Yes. Well, these are magnificent. In fact, anywhere I go, I can sell hundreds of these things because they sell themselves. Yes. Now, what's going to be different about this is that you're going to find the texture is going to be very different. The reason it's different is because of that dull blade that I showed you earlier. Instead of chopping and cutting real finely, it's going to smash and liquefy everything so that your body doesn't have to digest the food. Instead, it's going to metabolize all the ingredients in here, the vitamins, the minerals, and the phytonutrients. And that's why I like doing it with fresh fruits and vegetables as opposed to frozen ones. But both will work.
So the fact that it's
And one of the reasons why we use frozen is simply because we want to show you how powerful this machine is with the things that are hardest to blend.
to make it exactly what you want. Let's say, for example,
There you go. Please help yourself.
I know of that
And you'll feel the textural difference on your palate. So, do you see the difference between the Blendtec and some other machines that you've seen before? No need to use a plunger, no use a stick or anything along that line. And that's because of that vortex that we showed you with the water, that it drew all the food down into the blade itself. So we've done a lot of research and development. It's gone into years of research and development. But we have the better mousetrap. And we love our position in the market, and we are just growing leaps and bounds. Your finger can slide across it and speed it up, or slow it down, just like this, up or down. And if you wanted to, you could actually pulse it. So you'd set the pulse, and you'd hold the pulse key, and you can see it pulls it down, and it takes it how many cycles you do. Speed 7. And it is just the quietest machine on the face of the planet, and that's why it's a stealth. Now over on the side here, we have a little opening there for your USB port. What you can do with your USB port is you can download any of our recipes that we have at blendtec.com and go into the machine, and then you can program into any of these other cycles here. So if you have special ingredients for a drink or for a soup or something along that line that would require a little bit more time, you can do that just by downloading the information on the side and then putting it on one of these cycles here.
Now, do we understand the value of fresh? When you buy flour, look at every bag of flour. What does it say? Enriched. Why in heaven's name would you have to enrich flour? Because when you grind the seed, it exposes the nutrients and they oxidize. Now, it's good if you have it fresh because they're broken open and you can absorb more nutrients. But you want it, that's what it does. So fresh is always better, okay? To tell you the truth, today is the first time I made a nut butter. So watch what happens. I'll put it on manual, and I'm gonna put it up, and I'm just gonna turn this. Now watch this. If it starts getting a little powdery, I bring it down to mix it a little, and then I bring it back up again. I'm at 16 seconds right now. I can bring it down to mix it a little bit, and then I do it again. Are you kidding me? It's crazy. 25 seconds. Are you kidding me? No, I mean, why would you not make it if it's ridiculously easy? Of course you'll make it fresh. Okay? Fresh is always better, but fresh is a pain in the neck, so nobody does it. Now fresh is easy. Is it? Yeah. No, it's crazy. Here's a chip. Try a chip with it.